Round 3 already getting underway here. This round we have Abzan Company on the right facing off against Burn. This is Barry versus Jacob. Abzan Company getting to go first here. Has a copy of Temple Garden into play tapped. Barry will start with a Sacred Foundry untapped and a Goblin Guide. Jacob down to 18, revealing a copy of Viscera Seer. I will say, Barry has a little spice in his sideboard this week. He has a one of Blood Crypt, as well as a pair of Reign of Gores in his sideboard. Now, I will say that this was brought about because he played against Hate Bears last week and did not like losing to it. So he decided he would go ahead and get in there with some Reign of Gore. It's going to actually matter in this matchup if he gets to have it in his sideboard of games. So we'll see how that works out. But so Goblin Guide on turn 1, facing down, just a Temple Guard on Jacob's side of the field, so nothing too scary there. Jacob, Horizon Canopy. He's going to take a point of damage here from the Horizon Canopy. And there's a Devoted Druid. Barry going to have a read to make sure he's sure of what that one does. Does he have the second land? He does. So that's going to likely be a dead Devoted Druid. Barry will fetch out a basic mount down to 17. He goes. Barry has changed his deck as well this week. He is not on anything green main deck. He's not playing Atarka's Commands. He's updated his list to the list that top 8'd this previous weekend in GP Vegas. Searing Blaze will take down the Devoted Druid. So down to 14 goes Jacob. Make it 12 when Goblin Guide comes in. We have a reveal of a Godless Shrine being put in Jacob's hand. Barry's saying, no, that one doesn't go to your hand. Oh, wait, yes, it does. I think what had happened was there was a bit of a mistake with what Jacob played to his hand last turn on Barry's first attack. But easy little fix here, so. All right, so Jacob now no ability to go for the combo this turn, thanks to that Searing Blaze. And he does have one of his more painful lands in play with Horizon Canopy, requiring a life every time he wants to use it for mana. He will play out an untapped Godless Shrine. This could be a Kitchen Finks, however, which will put him back to 12. It is not. He's actually going to go to 9. What do we have here? A Vizier of Remedies. Okay. So he's set up again. It's going to be Viscera here as well. Okay, so if he has Kitchen Finks next turn and Barry has nothing, he gets to go for the win. We'll have to see. Now, Viscera Seer is good because it does protect Jacob from any future Searing Blazes. Barry has a Lightning Helix in hand, which I feel he should be firing off immediately at one of these. Well, I guess not immediately. He doesn't need to just yet. He gets to attack here for 2 first. There is going to be a reveal. It's going to be the Kitchen Finks on top of the deck. So if Jacob didn't have it already, there's infinite life. Now, again, Barry does have the answer. He just needs to recognize it. Jacob will go ahead and take that 2 points of damage and fall to 7. No surprise there. Sure enough, Barry will immediately fire off a Helix. This way there is no life gained. It'll just be a scry. No, Barry won't gain any life. Oh, wait, does he? Helix says 2 things, right? Yeah, that's right. Helix has 2 lines of text. Helix says, deal 3 damage to target creature. You gain 3 life. No, it doesn't. It says deal 3 damage, then you, yeah. I think. I don't remember what it says, to be honest. And right now my card searcher is down, so I can't actually check. What is the wording on Lightning Helix again? Lightning Helix deals 3 damage target. Oh, yeah. It's all one sentence, so he will not gain life. Yeah, it's all one statement. So it says that deal 3 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 3 life. It doesn't say it in 2 separate sentences. So he won't gain the life. That's fine. Barry will stay at 17. That's not really the problem here. He doesn't care about gaining the 3 life. He just cares about stopping Jacob from being able to win next turn. Is all he cares about. So Barry's perfectly fine with what happened there. Sure enough, there is going to be the Kitchen Finks. He'll have to pay a life with the Horizon Canopy again, but he'll go up 2, so he's at 8 now. Barry has another Searing Blades in his hand. Lava Spike as well has been added to it now. He's really close here. He just needs to put the finishing touches on this game. Jacob again now a Vizier or a Malira or an Anafenza away from winning this game. Barry, where are you going to go this turn? I think he's going to Searing Blaze. Yeah, the Viscera Sear for 1. So, yeah. Yeah, this will still work. 1 damage to you, 1 damage to your Viscera Sear. Jacob will start by sacrificing his fetch land. Okay. Just correct. He's going to be sacrificing this Viscera Sear. It doesn't. I shouldn't say it protects him from the Searing Blazes, because the Searing Blaze still deals damage to the player, regardless of what happens to the creature. It still gets to keep its 1 target. But yeah, it protects the creature in a sense, because he at least gets to scry off of it instead of just dying. So there's the scry immediately to the bottom. Not even a second thought about it. Goblin guy going to turn sideways, get in there. I don't know if I like this attack so much. We reveal on top of that a Court of Calling. Is that going to be enough? He has a Coco in his hand. And if I'm not mistaken, a Duskwatch Recruiter. Jacob will take it and fall to 4. He doesn't want to cash in this Kitchen Finks yet. He needs the Finks without a counter on it right now for it to matter. Collected Company could be the end of the game here, though. It's interesting because he doesn't have another land in hand, so he has to pay a life to this Horizon Canopy. If he doesn't find something off this Coco, he could just be dead. Or he is just dead. There's a Lava Spike in Barry's hand, so he is just dead if that's the case. What do we find? We're looking for a Viscera Sear and a Vizier of Remedies. There's the Vizier, and there's another Kitchen Fink. So we're back to 5, so we're not dead yet. Now, if Barry has 2 1-mana burn spells, we are dead. But we'll see what happens. Barry should definitely not attack now. He has Boros Charm. Oh, that's the game. He has double Lava Spike. Okay, that works. Yeah, Lava Spike you go to 2. Lava Spike you're dead. All right. Barry wins game 1 very handily. I'm going to quickly adjust the lighting on my camera, so give me 1 sec here, guys. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just getting a little dark here, so we want to just make sure we can see everything happening. So yes, burn him out indeed, Ace the Creator. Barry, nice little top deck there. I think if he doesn't top deck the second Lava Spike to end the game, of course, there was a Boros Charm in his hand. I think the best line of play at that point, just pass the turn. You have Boros Charm, and your opponent has had to so far use Horizon Canopy every turn for mana pretty much every turn and taking a point of damage. If he takes one more point of damage off of that Horizon Canopy, the game is over. So I feel like the best line of play is just past the turn at that point, if you don't, of course, draw the kill spell. But Barry doesn't have to worry about that. He just draws the kill spell instead. So who needs to worry about what the correct line play is if I don't draw the kill spell? I'll draw the kill spell instead. So game 2 here, Jacob will have the play. Going to be looking to go for that combo, and again, Barry going to be looking to stop it at any point possible. Barry had in his hand there as well another card he added to his main deck for today. This wasn't the same. It's not 100% the list from this previous weekend. He had a copy of Ensnaring Bridge. He actually has 2 in his main deck this weekend, or this Wednesday rather, to this week. He decided on that because there's a lot of zoo in our store. So if you're able to stick a turn 3 bridge, it's a real good way to stop them. Also pretty good at stopping big Eldrazi's. So that's always fun. I feel like in this matchup here, not necessarily the best card. Would be better as a Skullcrack, which I know he has a couple more copies of in his sideboard, so... These guys are 3-0, so these guys are playing to remain undefeated tonight. Again, there are 5 rounds, so lots of store credit on the line here tonight. We got 24 players, big old prize pool. All right. So let's take a look here at opening 7s, see what we can find. I don't have a great look at his hand. I know he has the Vizier. I don't know if he has the Druid to go with the Infinite or not, but I know he has the Vizier for sure. He also has a couple lands. I saw Gavany in a snow-covered forest. Perry has Reign of Gore. All right. So there's an inspiring vantage. So Barry's going to need to find a fetch land. Oh, yes. Reign of Gore. Oh, and he has a Tarn. Lovely. All right, Jacob takes a point of damage here down to 19 off that Horizon Canopy once again. There's a Vizier of Remedies, and that's going to get Rift Bolted pretty quickly here. A little bit surprising that we're just running that out into the already known about Rift Bolt. But, yeah, sure. There goes a Scalding Tarn. Is this going to be... Is it Reign of Gore time? Might be Reign of Gore time. Yeah, he gets a Blood Crypt. Jacob may not... likely not aware of what's coming this turn. Oh, yes. There is Reign of Gore. So, for those not familiar, again, I apologize. My cartridge is down currently. For those not familiar with what Reign of Gore does, it's an enchantment for a red and a black. It says whenever a player would gain life, they lose that much life instead. Whenever a spell or an ability would cause a player to gain life. It's very, very key that it says that because lifelink is not stopped by Reign of Gore. So I have to correct myself there because it's not anytime they gain life. It's whenever a spell or an ability would cause a player to gain life, instead they lose that much life. So there is another Vizier of Remedies. So that's why he wasn't really afraid of running it out there. Now, it's a little bit funny that Barry has in hand a copy of Lightning Helix. Just because if he plays that, it's going to say deal 3 damage, and then you also lose 3 life. So there's a Goblin Guide. We're going to go ahead and attack for 2. We reveal and put into hand a Windswept Heath. Jacob will fall to 16. Couple points of damage already suffered from the Horizon Canopy, of course. Barry will go ahead and sacrifice his Scalding Tarn. Just a forest available right now for Jacob, a snow-covered one, in fact. So no real way to protect this Vizier unless he's playing like Blossoming Defense, which I can't imagine is the case. I wonder if Bear's going to go for Lightning Helix here. Oh. I think it's the correct play, to be fair. But, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we'll have to make sure that the life totals go the right way here. Barry does go to 13. Yeah, Barry already knew. So, Barry's played Burn for a long time, so he knows what his spells do. Rain Gore is a new one to his deck, but yeah, he's aware that Rain Gore does turn off Lightning Helix. So Jacob has just a Windswept Heath and a pass at the turn. Barry's draw was another Goblin Guide, so we're going to start there. Yep, down comes Goblin Guide. We're going to get in for 4. I'm going to side those out next time, he says. That's great. So we have 2 Goblin Guide triggers to resolve here first. Jacob's actually going to go ahead and fetch in response. I'm a little curious about that, but I guess he guaranteed wants to use the 4th mana this turn. So before he looks at the top card, he wants to have a land under the deck, I guess. He's going to get a basic snow-covered plains. Minimize the damage he's taking off the Horizon Canopy and off his fetch land here. Not getting a shock land, of course, means he doesn't have to pay any life. The reveal is going to be twice a Tide Hollow Sculler. So nothing going to hand. This is still 4 damage coming across. Does Jacob have anything? Looks like no, he falls to 11. Okay. We're going to fall to 10 with the use of that Horizon Canopy again. Collected Company. Well, if nothing else, we have Tide Hollow Sculler. Barry says, yeah, I've got no responses. You go ahead and do your thing. Duskwatch Recruiter, Tide Hollow Sculler. We're going to have a look at Barry's hand, and we're going to put a Recruiter into play. He doesn't want to block. There's no reason to worry about it. If Jacob's already said to himself, there's nothing I really want to block with here. Like, he's still at 10, so he's still at a decent life total. He's not too worried at this moment. So if you've already said to yourself, I'm not going to bother blocking, then it doesn't really matter when you company. Yeah. So Barry was going to go ahead and fire off the Boros Charm in response to the Tide Hollow Sculler. He'll get to go ahead and take away either a Skull Crack or a Lava Spike. Neither of these get to deal with the Tide Hollow Sculler, so until Barry finds something like a Searing Blade or something like that to deal with it, that Skull Crack is going to be locked down. Barry left with just a Lava Spike in hand, though, so not bad. Jacob draws. Jacob knows he's at a virtual 3 right now, thanks to the card in Barry's hand. So he knows he's not totally safe. Yeah, also Skullcrack doesn't matter. Skullcrack only matters because it would have been lethal next turn. But Skullcrack, Rain of Gore does better than Skullcrack, so... Jacob here thinking he doesn't have any pieces of the combo in play currently. He knows his opponent has half of his life total sitting in his hand. So he knows that he's dead to quite a few top decks from Barry over there. He plays out a Verdant Catacombs. Staring down a pair of Goblin Guides. Jacob's just not in a great spot here, so... there's at least one land in his hand that I see. I don't have a look at the rest of his hand, unfortunately, but 3 mana is going to be an activation of Duskwatch Recruiter. If you're Barry, you've got to be happy about that. Our choice is a Birds of Paradise. That's fine. For Jacob, I feel like you probably still want to put the bird into play. The difference between 5 and 6, when you know your opponent already has a Lava Spike in hand, doesn't matter. Okay, he's just going to say go. Duskwatch Recruiter will transform into Crowlin Horde Howler. Crowlin Horde Howler, yeah. The 3/3 that reduces the cost of creature spells by 1. Barry drew another burn spell. He drew Lightning Helix. So this should be game. Yeah, this should be game. So Barry will Lava Spike Jacob down to 3. And yeah, Barry's going to go ahead and attack here, which I agree with as well. It doesn't really matter all that much. Like, Jacob can't block with Tidal Scholar because it gives his opponent back the kill. So Jacob needs to do something here. Yeah, Howler gets to block, obviously. That's not a problem. That's just a free block. Before damage, Barry will go ahead and fire off a Helix. And that's going to do it. So congrats to Barry. Moving on to 3-0.